just going to record my journey. So here we are, we're just at home preparing to leave. Welcome to my birth vlog, and the first item on the agenda was a prayer led by my dad. This is before we left home. So Edward had taken Gabby to school, and so it's just me and my parents and Edward and Jojo. And yeah, there we are praying, leaving the house as you can see, and going to the car. In the car now and heading off. Mommy. Setting off now with the team. There's the team. We stopped by a McDonald's drive-through because I was starving, and yeah, had some food in the car and then continued on our journey. And there we are, getting out of the car, posing for pictures. My family loves pictures. Getting out of the car and walking to the hospital. And Jojo there wanted me to carry her, but I couldn't, obviously. So thankfully my dad helped. In the ward, and I'm taking pictures, showing Marlo. I brought like everyone came in to see where I was going to stay. My mom, my dad. I'm in hospital. I got my dressing gown, my wristband, and I'm waiting to have my bloods taken and to meet the anesthetist, the neonatologist, and what else? I don't remember. I think that's it. And yeah. Here for cesarean hysterectomy, that's what I consented to. So that is a C-section to have baby. And then after that, they most likely will need to remove my placenta, my uterus. But it's not all confirmed. They can't know the extent until they actually open up. My dad actually thinks that it's going to be a miracle, and he'll will open and say there's no complication at all, and then his estimation, according to his own feeling, is that I'll be out in 4 days time, or better in 4 days time, which would be great. As long as baby is fine enough for me to go home, I'm happy with that. If I need to stay a little longer for baby to be okay enough to go home, then I have no problem with that as well. So as of tomorrow, which is the day of the section, I'll be 34 weeks and 5 days, which is not too bad, because also according to my own dates, I will actually be 35 weeks, and I feel like maybe they're not that young, and maybe they're old enough to like be independent. I'm hoping that they can breastfeed. So many thoughts and feelings, and I'm just excited to have made it to this point, because the last time I was here, I was in here for 10 days, and I was basically living here. And there was all this it's like a ticking time bomb, that feeling of if anything happens. But yeah, so I've seen the anesthetist now. She came and talked to me about my options. So we're likely going to have a spinal anesthesia plus an epidural, both of them. And if things don't work out at some point, then I have to have a general anesthetic. But hopefully that doesn't happen. She told me all the side effects and the potential things that can go wrong. And yeah, I'm trying not to focus on that and just be positive. And I've also had a check on the baby. They came to do a CTG. That's when they monitor the heart rate for some 20 minutes. It was all fine. And now I have some work to do. So I've just got some I've got an email that requires that I have to fill in some application to apply for a course or certificate of sponsorship because our visa application is coming up soon. So I'm glad it's happened now so I can do it and then wait because that can take like up to a month. Then they give us the course and then we apply for the visa. And this was my last supper, like the last meal I could have before the next day, which is the actual day. I had a jack chicken and rice and peas and also a chicken salad, which was a lot, but quite yummy. It's now the end of the day. I finished my work, had my dinner, and I'm going to just show you my final bump update. And then I'll go have a shower and then maybe watch a movie or something and go to bed. Here I am with my bump, which looked so huge to me at the time, but now actually doesn't look so huge, I think, because at the time of recording this post-op. But yeah, that's the bump really. I had that linear Niagara line. I was 34 weeks and 5 days. And yeah, I will miss my bump. Will I miss my bump? Not really. I was so tired. I was so tired by the time this time reached. Morning. It's the day of the operation. I did not sleep very well last night. I was too excited. I kept waking up all the time to pee, and I would wake up and I'd have slept for a really long time, and it would just be 1 a.m., 2 a.m., like nearly every hour. And now finally we've come downstairs to the delivery suite, and this is the HDU, it's the high dependency unit. So this is where we'll come after the section. So we're basically waiting for Edward to change into his scrubs, and then I've changed into my gown, and then wait to be called. This is where we come after baby. And this is just the entire room plus the bathroom that's obviously attached, but I didn't get to take a video of that. And Edward, of course, is changed into his scrubs. Edward, you get that?
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm ready.
So am I. We'll update you next.
It's looking good, brave.
We're waiting to be called into theater next. We've just seen the anesthesiologist and the consultants, and actually we are thinking more to go for the general anesthetic because it just sounded really scary, mostly for Edward, I think, right? The whole, if I stay awake and they're saying it might easily, like my blood pressure goes low, the bleeding is a lot, I might easily have to switch to general anesthetic. So shortly after that, I was called into theater by myself. So here I am taking one last bump update. So the midwife helped me take pictures inside the theater. So I was in, they took lots of time trying to take my veins. They were really difficult. They had to use an ultrasound. That took up a lot of time. And then there I am. Oh, there's the operation. By this time I'm totally unconscious because it was general anesthetic. Yeah.
Delivery has been successful. Now, just feel like eating a whole bucket of KFC to reward myself. But number one, Arsenal is winning the league. Arsenal is winning the league because if I've gone through this, then Arsenal is going to win the league, okay? And of course, baby Micah is a Ghana. Some things are compulsory. He has to support Arsenal. And yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah, so yeah. So I'm waiting for the mom to come. As you've said, baby Micah has been there and everything. Yeah, so that's how life is. Just have to go and reward myself with something. Thinking about either KFC, or maybe I should complete my sleeve, complete my sleeve. I don't know, just a tattoo to celebrate, just to celebrate, make myself feel good, I need to make myself feel good. Yes, yes.
When this one lies every time.
Oh, yeah, yeah, it's
And
okay.
press because the pain is a lot.
Okay, I'll change it. Okay.
So it will give a good dose
So,
every hour.
so what's
I'm starting to feel better. Put it up. It's in my nose. I'm starting to feel better. I feel very tired and sleepy, but I have lower, of course, where the wound is, the pain, the lower abdomen and also lower back. That area is painful, but I keep pressing this one. I think I'm not sure what it is. Is it morphine?
muffin sulfate?
Okay, so it does. I think it's helping with the pain. I'm feeling better. I'm happy. I can't wait to see the baby. I've seen a picture and he looks so cute. And he looks, to me in the picture, he looks like a normal-sized baby. They've told us babies on CPAP need some support with oxygen. Yeah, and I'm so happy we've been able to express some colostrum, and they've taken for baby. Yeah, that's what the midwife was going. She took a colostrum for a baby. Yeah. Bananga, the pain was so much. The pain was so much. Oh. It was so much pain. Because when I look back for my second C-section, I was discharged after 24 hours and I was up at 6 hours. But this was something else. I really, really felt the pain. Yeah, but all's well that ends well. There I am sleeping. Thanks, Edward, for taking all this footage. There's a morphine. It really, really helped. I could only have it every 5 minutes, but after 2 I was dying. This was several hours later. Midwives came to help me get out of bed for the first time. That was really, really tough. I had so many tubes and cannulas and lines and things, so it was hard just to get out of bed but I really wanted to get out and go and see the baby, so they helped me. As you can see there, I was hooked up to so many things were beeping. I was so swollen, actually. I was so swollen in the face, I think because of having too many fluids. I'm not sure. So at this point, I had cannulas, 2 cannulas, catheters. I had a drain. I had an arterial line. And I was still on my morphine. So actually, it wasn't too bad. So they helped me do that. I had a really, really good experience. I highly recommend St. George's Hospital. If you're in the UK and London is not too far from you, you should consider them if you're looking for where to give birth, because the care was excellent, especially if you have complicated pregnancy. I think it's really, really amazing. And if you have Accreta, definitely St. George's is the place to go. This is an ad. Well, it's not an ad. I wasn't paid to say this, but I feel like everyone should go to St. George's. If you have Accreta, this is the place for you guys. morphine makes you so sleepy. I remember I was so sleepy. I was even sleeping while seated up, as you can see me there. Time to wheel me to the NICU. So at this point we were still in HDU, which is the same floor as the NICU, but it's quite a distance, as you can see me being wheeled with the lovely midwives, Edward making jokes, so hence the laughing. Yeah, but then I was so sleepy. I don't remember most of this, but it's nice I took videos. So if you're pregnant or going to have an operation, make sure you record a lot of the stuff, because the medication will sedate you and also make you forget some of the things. I put my arms in my armpits because they told me to do that to make them warm. And then finally I got to meet my baby for the first time. There he is in his incubator. He was so cute. And he's so little, but he looks so big. I don't know why. But anyway, he was 2.5 kilograms. Hard to do like skin to skin with him with so many tubes, but I tried. Also I was really sleepy, so I kept falling asleep, and there he was still on the CPAP machine.
It's a boning square. So baby will get one, and I get one. So I can have my scent, and then we'll swap. So you can have my scent with him.
And this was the first meal that I had, so just a sandwich. I wasn't allowed to have anything heavier because of operation. Apparently they said just light snacks, nothing too much. So here I am updating my parents by video call, who are back home looking after the girls. And now it's better. Yeah. So they've told me they're going to give us a video whereby you can see the baby where they are, because the baby is in NICU. Yeah, but the reason they're in NICU mostly has come up because of me going under general anesthesia. So the baby also got some of it, so he's too sleepy, so he's not waking up fully in order to be able to breathe by himself. So that's the reason. But they said he's very big for the age. He's 2.545, you said 2.545 kilograms, and he's otherwise doing well. It's just to wake up out of that anesthesia, because even me, I feel I've struggled to wake up fully out of it. I'm still feeling affected, but I went and I saw him. I did some skin to skin. Yeah, everyone so far has been positive. They are saying they don't think we'll be there for long, maybe 2 to 3 days in the NICU, because yeah. Porridge. I'm having my breakfast now. It's porridge. It's the first day post-op. I think the last time I was here was prior to the operation. So I went in, had the operation. They pricked me so many times because my veins were difficult to find. They had to use an ultrasound as well to like find where the veins are, because I have this is a venous line, and an arterial line. The good thing with the arterial line is that they have to keep checking my blood, so they don't keep pricking me every time I just come and use the arterial line, so that's great. And then I had a catheter put in, then I had a vaginal scrub, like they clean with iodine, and that was the most painful thing, even more than like a cannulas and needles. And so I was in theater, they did that, and then they put in the oxygen mask. That was uncomfortable because I was feeling a bit suffocated, which is fine because it's oxygen, but I was feeling I can't breathe properly. And then luckily I was sent off to sleep, and then the next thing I knew I woke up. And so the past 24 hours, or maybe the past 12 hours, I've been really, really sleepy. I'm just going in and out of like sleep or consciousness. I had a lot of pain, a lot of like post-op pain. It's so much better now. And during the operation, the doctors have come and told me what happened. So they cut, obviously, and they delivered baby. And after delivering baby, and then they waited to see if the placenta would separate, which it did not. They tried to start to separate it, and then that's when I started bleeding. And so obviously the decision was to remove the uterus because the placenta was deeply embedded into the entire cervix, and also the bleeding was too much anyway. So I lost 2.5 liters of blood, and also I received 2 units of blood. And as of yesterday's blood, they said that they're fine now. Like it was a good level, I didn't need any more blood. And then baby was born at 2.545 kilograms, which is really good for his age. Yes, I hadn't announced he's a boy, and his name is Micah. So because I had a general anesthetic, he also was affected by that, so he was a bit sleepy. So he had to go to the NICU for help, for support with breathing. So he was on a CPAP machine. That helped him to breathe better. And then I'm in the HDU, the high dependency unit. So as of this morning, he's been taken off the CPAP, so he's breathing on his own, which is great. And he has a feeding tube for feeding. Basically, he has only one tube in the mouth, which is great. In terms of feeding him, I haven't, just before the operation I actually did express some colostrum, which they gave, but that soon ran out. And then we've been using donor milk, so there's a milk bank, and we're using donor milk for that. And so they give him donor milk, and also he's on dextrose, so that's like IV solution of sugar. And then I've been trying to express. Edward has been really good with that. He's been helping me to express, but it's variable. But the last few attempts we haven't been getting anything, and they just told me to just keep trying. And I tried to get up this morning, but I was only able to take 2 steps, and I became too dizzy and I had to sit back down. Oh yes, in the night, my catheter, I've been drinking lots of water, so my catheter, my urine bag got extremely full, so much that my abdomen even started paining, because like my bladder, because I was feeling like I really want to pee. I was like, but I have a catheter, why do I want to pee? Why do I have that feeling? Only for Edward to check and see that the bag was full to the brim with urine. So then we emptied that, and then that felt better. So now I'm having breakfast. I've only been told to eat light diets, just a little, not too much, because my intestines still I haven't yet passed wind or like stool. So I have to go take it easy on that. And that's it, guys. So for today, we are hoping that baby is able to come out of the NICU. Although I was told after the NICU, we might have to be stepped down to the special care before coming to me. And then that's it, guys. I'll let you know what happens next. See you at the next update. Now I have a drain as well. Yeah. So this drain is inserted into the wound, and apparently this is just a little blood loss, so they're going to remove it in about maybe in an hour, so 24 hours from the C-section when they're removing the drain. I also have the catheter still. I tried to get up, but I wasn't able to get up. When I tried, I took like 2 steps and I got too dizzy. I almost fainted, so I can't remove the catheter yet. Hopefully we'll try again later. And colostrum still isn't coming in, sadly. But because of the blood loss, I was told that's why there's probably a delay. So I'm just waiting for the doctors to come in for their ward round. When they see me, then I can go and visit baby, which I can't wait. I'm just so excited. I can't wait to do the skin to skin and see if baby can latch, because obviously if baby latches, even if it can help as well with the milk. Don't worry, babies are made of tough things. Is that okay? You feel close enough? You'll get your comfy chair. Okay. Alright. Thank you. I'll see you later. Just give us a call when you ask them to call us when you want to come back and we can help you. Who do we ask for?
So either just one of the midwives, anyone can come.
Okay.
Here. And if you feel unwell, let them know. Okay, and we'll come back and see you. Otherwise, enjoy.
Thank you. So cute. I'm excited that he's not in an incubator, and I feel like it means we'll soon be discharged back to us, which is great. So this was our first attempt at breastfeeding, but he was too sleepy and wasn't really latching well. But we tried, and he was so little and so cute, and even smaller than my boob. Like his entire head was smaller than my boob. So anyway, we tried breastfeeding at this point for the first time.
Just breastfeeding the baby, but yeah, it's looking good. So it's time for me to have my lunch. Yeah, just lunch on the bed.
So from seeing baby, we tried latching, but he wasn't interested. And then I did some skin to skin, and they told me now the lactation consultant has suggested I tried double pumping for some minutes as well to help with the milk production, and they're telling me to not worry about it really, to come probably just later. So baby is being fed with bank milk, so donated breast milk basically, and he's also out of the incubator, is now in a cot, and most likely going to the special care baby unit later, which is the low dependency one. And as soon as breastfeeding is established, then we should be able to go home. Sorry, you should be able to come and join me. Yeah, that's the hospital grade pump. I've got my catheter out, my drain is out, arterial line out, cannula out. So I have one cannula left, and they said if I walk around, then they can take it out as well. So we're going to the NICU to try walking there for the first time with Edward on the chair, so I can rest in case, and then we'll be back. I'm taking for baby this bonding square. I've been putting it under my boob so they have my scent, and yeah. I'm waddling up to the NICU. It looks so funny when it's sped up, but anyway, I felt really good at this point. The morphine was really doing its job, no pain. I felt like, yeah, I can do this. It was such a long way. Oh yeah, this was to special care, not to the NICU, hence why it's so far, much farther from the HDU, and I walked all the way, which was cool. just showing you a package we've received from First Touch. So it's a charity, and they give one water bottle, and there's this in here in which there's some documents about premature babies, one colostrum syringe, and then there's two of these. They're called bonding squares, and there's this beautiful crocheted handmade, it's a crocheted blanket, so beautiful. It's because I am a crocheter as well, so I know it's a corner to corner stitch. I love it. I think it's going to be really nice for a pram blanket. Just walked to the NICU by myself, like without a wheelchair, for the first time. So that means I can have the last cannula removed and hopefully have a shower and change into my own clothes, which is exciting. We've also been moved to another room, since it's not as high dependency. I don't need high dependency monitoring anymore. Hi guys, today is second day post-op. I don't remember the last thing I was talking about, but it's now been second day after the surgery, and today has been a bit of a harder day because I've been having a lot of pain all day. Like, they stopped giving me the morphines. So I think the morphine was a bit misleading because I was walking up and down very energetically, but now that's been stopped. So I only have paracetamol and brufen and sometimes dihydrocodeine. But I have so much trapped wind, I'm not able to open my bowels yet. So that's causing me a lot of abdominal pain, also the wound pain, back pain, neck pain, everywhere. There's pain everywhere. But we've been moved several times. Now we're in a postnatal ward, and luckily Edward can still stay. And I was told to just mostly drink lots of water and just eat a light diet. So I'm just eating the first thing since breakfast, and it's 5 p.m. and I haven't eaten anything since breakfast. But I've been passing some gas a little bit, so that helps. Sorry to TMI. But I was given a glycerin suppository, and then I'm waiting for an enema, and I'm just hoping that I get that to help ease with the pain, and I'll be able to walk more, because now it's even hard for me to walk because of the pain. So I'm having to be taken to the special care unit in a wheelchair. Baby is doing so much better. He's out of the NICU. He's now in special care. He has no cannula. He just has an NG tube for feeds. So the last time I was there, he wasn't really awake much, and there was a little concern about his temperature going a bit down. And but at the next feed, the nurse said we'll try and wake him up more, like undress him totally, and then try the latching and see how that goes. My milk is finally coming in, which is exciting. And yeah, so I'm just eating here hospital food. It is a fish bake and some vegetables. So that's it for now. See you on my next update. The surgeon came to speak to me as well, which was a bit, I'm happy they came now, because the last time when they came, I was still like, I guess, a bit groggy headed, and I didn't really understand what they were saying. So he confirmed what happened, which was that they went in, did the incision, cut, removed the baby, then they waited a few minutes to see if the placenta would separate, but it did not. And then also, on trying to separate it at all, it just started bleeding, and the entire cervix and the placenta were not, they were all in one, like you couldn't separate, you couldn't identify the difference. So that's why the best option was to just take it out, and that left me, I also lost about 2.5 liters of blood and received 2 units of blood. So that's it, that's the latest. I'll let you know if anything else comes up. Yeah, hoping for a good night. Last night we were up a lot, woke up, we went to the special care like 3 times, and now we are on the 4th floor. And baby's on the 1st floor, so it's a bit of a, like moving in the lifts and all that. So I'm hoping that the nights will make progress with breastfeeding, because that's now the main point of why I think we're still in hospital. And my pain, but yeah, that too. This 3rd post-op day, feeling much better in myself. I've managed to have a shower, got a good shower, thanks to love. Brush my teeth, imagine I didn't brush my teeth because the pain was too much. I still have pain, I still haven't opened my bowels, at least I'm passing wind. And we're going to the special care, so I can walk there now, but very slowly. and now I've got pain, so we'll go with this wheelchair, and I can walk a bit, and if I'm tired, Edward can push me. Hopefully we can find out a plan for baby Micah, and yeah, take you along with us. He was so tiny. He was 2.5 kilograms, and he was now wearing tiny baby. Those are tiny baby outfits. I didn't buy him any tiny baby. I only brought him up to 1 month, but those were too big because he was so tiny and actually struggling with regulating his temperature at this point. So the NICU people had clothes that were the right size. But look at his colleague. Oh, so cute. So I had to take off all his clothes every time I came in to try and breastfeed, because otherwise he was so sleepy. That's the only way to wake him up, was to completely strip him to nothing, to just a nappy, and then try breastfeeding. Special care was so comfortable. They had these really comfortable nursing pillows. They were so firm. They also had really nice nursing chairs, and you'd really feel comfortable when you were there. So again, I highly recommend St. George's Hospital. It's great for mums and babies. Finally, breastfeeding started to work out, which was so exciting. It was so exciting because I didn't anticipate any of these problems, because I knew I'm a master breastfeeder. I'd breastfed my 2 eldest. In fact, I was still breastfeeding Jojo at this point. So really, suddenly having difficulties was a problem for me. But anyway, finally, here we are making it. We had to have the NG tube still in case, because we're not sure if it's getting enough. So we'll try breastfeeding and then try and give some top-ups of the donated milk, or later on when I was able to express, my own expressed milk was given as a top-up. Edward was there with me the whole time, which was really cool, because I cannot imagine what I would have been like by myself, because he helped me obviously to wheel me to NICU or special care or everywhere. And yeah, just to make my stay a little bit easier. Thank God we're not in COVID time, so partners were allowed to stay. And thank God for my parents that we didn't worry about the girls back home. Here I am brushing my teeth. Not sure why I decided to record this, but I guess we had time. So we recorded some, behind the scenes of life in hospital. Today is the 4th post-op today. Midwife has been to see me, and actually they're saying I'm ready for discharge. I just opened my bowels, which I've had a suppository, and again it hasn't really worked. I'm going to ask maybe for that. I'm going to maybe ask if you can try an enema maybe one more time, but my tummy does feel better actually. So I'm considering myself ready for discharge. Just want to go back down and have a try with baby. We've been trying to breastfeed the last few feeds, and they've been going really well. So I'm just praying that that also works out, and then we go home together, because that would be the most painful thing. Actually, I wouldn't, because the special care people said they would transfer him to the nearer hospital. But I'm not sure how long that will all take, so I'm just hoping that we just all live together. It's the best case scenario. And so time for my morning makeup routine, which just included my eyebrows, which still don't appear much, so I don't even know why I bothered. And lip balm, that's all. I'm done now, I feel much better. I've changed. You want to see a bump update? Bump update. Here I am, 4 days postpartum. keep in mind I have no uterus, so my tummy is smaller. There it is. I have non-absorbable sutures, so they have to get out on day 7. And it's a bit chilly out there, although it's sunny, but it might be cold. So I wear this on top, my cardigan on top, and that's my hospital fashion. Okay. Hi. Special care. Today's our last day probably. So as soon as you enter special care, you have to wash your hands and obviously dry them. I had like a routine. I would wash my hands, then I go in and I fetch some water to do his nappies. So they only use warm water and cotton wool. So I'd get that immediately, change his nappy, and then try and breastfeed or breastfeed him. I did the nappy change first because he was so sleepy, so it would help to try and wake him up a little bit and then try the breastfeeding when he's more alert. This is the mommy expressing kit, so you'd keep your breast pump pads in there. Then those were the hospital grade pumps, and they would sterilize for you. There was a sterilizing solution, you know, like the Milton's tablets. So I really was quite comfortable in special care actually, and they would even provide the nappies, the cotton wool, everything. This is a lamb casserole. So it comes like this. They've, I guess, heated it up. That's the casserole. Vegetables. This is my favorite hospital meal actually. I used to eat it a lot even when I was in it all the time. The vegetables. The portions are good by the way. This is how much should be eating. A quarter of carbs, a quarter of
That food is not enough for me.
Edward says it's not enough for him. He says if you have yogurt as a dessert and then some apple juice, that's fine, and some water. And I have loads of milk, so there's no need to eat too much because you're breastfeeding. Anyway, you can eat to her, eat as much as you want anyway. But don't be so sad. At this point, Micah had been discharged from hospital and we were waiting for him to come in, and I was so excited. I've never been so happy. Like, I was so happy finally to be reunited. So the NICU nurse brought him in and I just was so excited, guys. Out of special care. Thanks be to God. Yeah. That's the view from our hospital window, just outside overlooking, I guess, the parking lot and that other part of London. We're about to go home. Today is 4th post-op day. Micah has been discharged from special care. He's now in the ward with me. I have finally opened my bowels. The last time I did it, thanks Edward. And then that's all. I think we're actually done. We think maybe they'll probably discharge us maybe tomorrow or tonight, I don't know. Because he still has to have his newborn hearing test done. And then obviously the whole process of discharge, I know usually takes a while. It's not usually instant that you're ready and you go. And I'm happy to stay one more night. Yeah. I think that's what we're waiting for.
Oh, okay. Well, they should be up on the ward now, so they'll be with you.
So otherwise, we're ready to go. As far as he's concerned.
Yeah, the doctor has to sign him off first, and he's not on the ward yet. So I wouldn't be thinking you're going like this morning, because by the time we've done all the paperwork, it's probably more likely to be the afternoon.
Hi. So today is day 5 post-op. Micah is 5 days old. 5 days from my C-section and hysterectomy. We're feeling better and we're going to be discharged today, but we've just been told probably in the afternoon. So It's a matter of waiting now. He's lost 9.6% of his birth weight, and the normal is 10% at this point, not more than 10%. So you just have to keep waking him up and feeding him loads, because he easily falls asleep after a very short time. But I have loads of milk, so yeah, we're going home. Probably the next thing you're going to see is us in the car seat, in the car, and going. So excited. Miss the hospital bed. I'll miss the hospital bed because you can prop it up, and at home there's none of that. That's the main thing I would miss it in the hospital. I think it's hospital bed. Every time I go home, the first night I struggle with like getting used to the logistics of how to breastfeed minus that bed in the middle of the night especially. But still, I'm really grateful and thankful to God that we're going home. Let us smile. So this was his newborn hearing test. So they do newborn screening for all newborns in the UK. And he had two types because he was preterm. So he had the regular one, which was being done, and that was normal. And there's some like things put in the ears, and then there's another one that had some electrode things that were put like on the forehead. You'll see those coming up soon. But anyways, all in all is that he passed and he can hear, which is so exciting. It's always interesting to me how like it's one of the things they do for all newborns in the UK. And yet in Uganda, I never heard of anyone having their ears tested. Did you? Are you in Uganda? Have you had newborn hearing done? Or even generally any hearing tests? Usually it's only if there's a problem that we start testing hearing. So anyway, there he is. He's so tiny. His entire head was fitting in my palm. I think that's what shows how tiny he was.
Masks are back. It's time to go back home. So yeah, it's been a success. Now we're just waiting to be discharged. Yeah, and yeah, basically it's looking good. Okay, looking really good.
You did it.
What did I do?
You took care of the pack. Katugenzi. You're now living successfully.
Okay.
Here we are in the car seat. This was also Jojo's car seat. So that was the advantage of having kids so close. You can reuse their stuff. If you liked this video and watched up to this point, oh my god, who are you? Comment below. If you liked it, click like. And if you want to watch more videos from me, then please do subscribe. Bye guys.